and its proxies. But the wounded beast of prey has not ceased its attempts to recover for that same purpose, to destroy us. In recent months, the tyrants in Iran have been plotting to rebuild their nuclear and missile capabilities, then hide them underground where we will not be able to strike them. If we do not stop them now, they will be immune. And for this purpose, their representatives in negotiations are trying to buy time in futile and deceitful negotiations with our American friends. But the tyrants in Iran have made a bitter mistake, because the United States is not buying their lies, and we will not sit idly by while the shadow of destruction hovers over us. And therefore, we have now launched Operation Lion's Roar, an action that is far more powerful than Operation Like a Lion Cub, which was very powerful. We are doing this in full cooperation with our friends in the United States, under the courageous leadership of President Trump. Together with the United States, we will strike a heavy blow against the terrorist regime. We will create conditions that will allow the brave Iranian people to cast off the yoke of this murderous regime. During Operation Am-Khalavi, I was asked many times whether toppling the regime was the goal of the operation, in addition to removing the nuclear and missile threat. And I replied that this was not the goal, but it could certainly be the result. And indeed, that is exactly what began to happen when millions of Iranians took to the streets. And now they are given the opportunity to take their fate into their own hands. Citizens of Israel, as in Operation Am-Khalavi, so too in the Lion's Roar, we will all be required to show patience and inner strength. Because there will be costs, and perhaps even heavy costs. But I know what wonderful strengths lie within our people, what wonderful strengths lie within you, citizens of Israel. Since the War of Resurrection began, we have stood together, and today too we will stand together with bravery, in brotherhood, with mutual responsibility. I ask all of you to strictly follow the Home Front Command's instructions, because as you already know, these instructions save lives. Challenging days lie ahead of us. Every military action involves risk, but the risk of not acting is infinitely greater. Because if we do not act, we will get a nuclear Iran, an Iran with tens of thousands of ballistic missiles, an Iran that will act to destroy us and will be immune to our counteractions. As a people who desire life, we have no choice but to go to battle. Except that this time we are doing it with the combined mighty power of the State of Israel and the United States of America. From here, I wish to address the citizens of Iran. You, the citizens of Iran and the Iranian army, the Artesh, you are not our enemies, and we are not your enemies. We have a common enemy, the murderous cult of the Ayatollahs, which has taken control of you through the oppressive forces of the Revolutionary Guard and the Basij. They are the ones who have degraded your wonderful country, dragging it to the lowest depths. They are the ones who slaughtered you in your masses. Therefore, in full coordination with my friend the President of the United States, I say to you, anyone who lays down their arms, including among the regime's forces, will ensure their safety and ensure their future. The Iranian people, in all its parts, the Persians, the Kurds, the Azeris, the Balokis, the Abkhazians, and all the other citizens of this wonderful nation, this is your opportunity to establish a new and free Iran. Take your fate into your hands. To establish a new and free Iran. Take your destiny into your own hands. Raise your heads. Look up toward the heavens. Our forces are there. Pilots of the free world. Everyone is coming to your aid. Help has arrived. And I believe that the day is not far off when Israel and a free Iran will join hands for the sake of security and peace, for the sake of progress and prosperity. Citizens of Israel, I wish to thank from the bottom of my heart the President of the United States, Donald Trump, the American people, the American military. President Trump is not only Israel's greatest friend in the White House of all time, he is also a determined leader of the free world. He looks directly at future generations, decides what is good for America, and then acts with responsibility and courage. Together, we bring a great light to everyone in whom the aspiration for human freedom is planted. In your name, citizens of Israel, I salute the commanders of the IDF and its soldiers, our Air Force, the Intelligence Directorate, the Mossad. To the women and men of the security forces, to the women and men of the rescue forces, I salute them for their courage and for the power of their actions. And I say to you, an entire nation stands behind you. An entire nation offers a prayer for your success. My brothers and sisters, in 2 days we will celebrate the holiday of Purim. 2,500 years ago, in ancient Persia, an oppressor rose against us with the exact same goal, to completely destroy our people. But Mordecai, the Jew, and Queen Esther, with their courage and resourcefulness, saved our people. In those days of Purim, the lot was cast, and the wicked Haman fell along with it. Today too, on the holiday of Purim, the lot is cast, and the end of the evil regime is to fall as well. The prophet Amos says, "A lion has roared, who will not fear?" In Operation Lion's Roar we are roaring, "Fear not, Israel, for are you not a lion cub?" We will stand as one man with one heart, and with God's help, we will ensure the eternity of Israel.
Now again, this is at the world stage, and they have history of all these clashes, including when what he just mentioned towards the end of the video, which is that 2005 or 2,500 years ago, there's something. So they have their history of that. And there are those that will say Israel shouldn't be there. Others will be like, Israel should be there. And this one should, all that fight over land and all of it, right? Every effort to bring peace among them has been rebuffed by all sides. But to the Nigerians inside Nigeria who have also taken sides, those who have taken sides, okay? So those who sides with Islam that is related to that of Iran, they agreed that Israel is the aggressor and Israel must be destroyed. While those who are like Christians, who have been following as well as sympathizing with Israel, will say, no, this Islamic republic should be destroyed. Now, all of this going on, there were other like geopolitics and other playing out too, right? Iran has the capacity to launch a long-range missile. They have like tens of thousands of it. They have so much money invested in that. The only one that they have not really been confirmed to have built is a nuclear weapon. So Israel is saying that, you see this, to destroy the government ruling Iran, it is like a national security policy of Israel. If Iran continue to be ruled by this Shiite and other, right, then Israel's existence will continue to be threatened. And if the United States of America is practically not playing the big brother to the Israel in this part, right, Iran believes that they could have taken Israel out. Now, in all of this, back in Nigeria, before we even go to Nigeria, again, like I said, Iran is not sitting duck for all of this raining of bombs and all that to come on. So it was said that the reason why this Ayatollah was a bit was like killed, easy way to kill him was that the moment they realized that the Mossad, the CIA, which is the America and the Israelis, they are very much aware of his location, his movements, right? So they pretended that they were going to be, interested in negotiating with the Americans. And they say it's a trick. They used the same for the Hezbollahs, those Hezbollahs. Initially, they were tracking them. Then they were telling them that we are tracking, we know where you are. It's like, you think you are safe wherever you are, but we do know where you are. This is where you are. Then they will move you again. So at that point, right, you begin to say, okay, then let's probably, the leadership should meet to discuss a possible negotiation so that we can talk. So the moment they all come together for that meeting, that crucial meeting, to go and meet with Israel or America. This is when the bomb is going to land. That's exactly how they killed Ayatollah, this one, Ali Khamenei. So it was said that he's not the only person killed, though. They haven't given the figure, but it is believed that there are some like members of his leadership, IRG, whatever group, right? They were also killed with him because it was just a single strike. While they were also targeting, like they said, they are targeting all the sites where they have all these their bomb making factories and the rest of them, destroying them here and there, destroying their ships on their IC, their navy, destroying their every kind of like a security structures in that country. They are being targeted one by one and being taken out. While people are being tracked, they have lists. If you remember what they did during the Hezbollah time, when Israel was like taking them out, they appoint somebody else, they take that one out, appoint another. That's exactly what is about to happen in Iran. Except maybe if Donald Trump just pull the plug. That's the only person that can actually really make Israel just simmer. You know what I mean? So if Donald Trump is completely with Israel on this, which I think he is, they are going to kill more than this Ayatollah they killed. And reaction is already brewing in Nigeria. I'm going to go to Nigeria. But here are the few, images from around them, from Bahrain, when they attacked, when Iranian bomb landed at the airport in UAE in Dubai. Some landed at the city center, just few walks to the Burj Khalifa also, right? So in their city center in Dubai, Bahrain, Kuwait, even Saudi Arabia, they all received several bombs from Iran just yesterday alone. Flying their rockets all over these countries, and most of them were also, some of them are actually under the protection of the American military. They've got this military, American bases all of that, all over the countries, right? So Iran can start getting those American bases there, right? Blowing them, dropping bombs in some of the cities because they are considered as American allies. Okay, and the betrayers sort of. So the UK joined by yesterday afternoon. Yeah, Stama.
Earlier this morning, the United States and Israel struck targets in Iran. Iran has since launched indiscriminate strikes across the region. I know the British people and communities across our country will be deeply concerned about what this means for security and stability and for the fate of innocent people across the region, which for so many of us includes friends and family members. So whilst the situation is evolving very quickly, I want to set out our response. The United Kingdom played no role in these strikes, but we have long been clear. The regime in Iran is utterly abhorrent. They have murdered thousands of their own people, brutally crushed dissent, and sought to destabilize the region. Even in the United Kingdom, the Iranian regime poses a direct threat to dissidents and to the Jewish community. Over the last year alone, they have backed more than 20 potentially lethal attacks on UK soil. So it is clear they must never be allowed to develop a nuclear weapon. That remains the primary aim of the United Kingdom and our allies, including the US. I condemn Iran's attacks today on partners across the region, many of which are not parties to this conflict. We extend our support and solidarity to them as part of our commitments to the security of our allies in the Middle East. We have a range of defensive capabilities in the region, which we've recently strengthened. Our forces are active, and British planes are in the sky today as part of coordinated regional defensive operations to protect our people, our interests, and our allies, as Britain has done before, in line with international law. We've stepped up protections for British bases and personnel to their highest level. We are also reaching out to UK nationals in the region and doing everything we can to support them. I've been speaking with leaders today from the E3 and across the region. It is vital that we prevent further escalation and return to a diplomatic process. We want to see peace and security and the protection of civilian life. Iran can end this now. They should refrain from further strikes, give up their weapons programs, and cease the appalling violence and repression against the Iranian people, who deserve the right to determine their own future, in line with our long-standing position. This is the route to de-escalation and back to the negotiating table. Thank you.
We are going to bring you democracy. The people of Iran, you need to listen to us. We are coming to give you democracy because this is the norm and that is what we want. We will give you democracy. So those who are the supporters of Ayatollahs in Iran, right, they disagree because to them, these are the devil. Okay, whatever they say to you, don't believe them. Whatever you see or recorded to have been done, to have done by the Ayatollah and his government and all that, they are just, act of necessity. Don't listen to that. You see, it's all effed up world. We have to be honest with ourselves, okay? The Ayatollahs are responsible for many deaths. And others will tell you that America is responsible for many deaths too. And everybody will tell you that they actually care about the people. We are doing this to care for our people, for the people of Iran. We love you. We want you to, Anyway, back again, like I said, back in Nigeria, it's already generating its own reactions among the elite, the religious circles, and even the poverty-stricken voluntary slaves in that contraption too. Everybody is reacting. Death to America, death to this, death to that, that stuff. While killings in Nigeria, continue to mount and mount and mount, I haven't seen any reactions to that like I have seen what just happened in Iran or still happening in Iran. And then some people gather themselves back in Nigeria. It's actually a talk. First, right? Those